Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. I hope you'll join us in welcoming our very special guests. Kobe, a lot of guys, once they stop playing, their bodies change. Yeah. Yet they still have the ailments.
That's generous.
But a lot of guys have ailments that linger on through their post-career. What kind of workout? I know you were just a workout fiend when you played, but what about now in retirement?
I work out hard.
Do you?
It's become a challenge to say, because most players, when they retire, say, you know what, I just don't want to gain a boatload of weight, right? And so they just try to manage that. I don't want to manage something. I want to attack something. So I'm going to say, you know what?
Well, that's a surprise.
Yeah, revelation. And so I said, I'm going to train harder than I ever did because I want to look good. I want to be fit for my children. I want to be able to chase them around and be able to show up at some of these retirement ceremonies or some of these other things.
And looking like you did when you played.
Being in great.
Yeah.
So.
And the Houston Rockets starting five. Paul and Harden are the incredible backcourt duo. Luke Babbitt is out there with Gerald Green, and it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint. And the dunk by Capella.
Seeing the floor well. Paul is fantastic at noticing when the defense is overcommitted.
And Kobe, you're staying in shape even now. Isn't it sad sometimes to see how a lot of guys don't do that?
Yeah, it's hard, right? Because you have a purpose to training.
Yes.
And now you wake up, you're like, oh, what's my purpose for training? Like, what do I need to be doing this for? I'll do it tomorrow. No, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And all of a sudden, those handles start creeping from the back to the front. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tomorrow's today.
My clothes don't fit.
Yeah.
My clothes don't fit. First free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. First one falls for him.
And it's clear that the Beard is a special player, a clutch performer. He loves to play the game of basketball.
And so he's able to get one of two.
And you can see that even though he ties the game up, disappointed he couldn't give him the lead.
In the NBA, because the players are so individually great and we all know about them, and the league pushes them in that direction. You know, you got the torch from Michael. You then gave it to LeBron. For that, you know, it was Dr. J and how I find that amazing how the torch is passed from one great player to another, yet each are so individual in their accomplishments. Did you like receiving it, and did you like passing it on?
Yeah, I love both. The receiving and then passing it on, because it's the infinite cycle. It's an infinite loop. And the game just continues to evolve and players continue to grow. And so I was happy to be a part of that chain after watching it for so many years growing up, from, Magic and Larry, and then to Michael, and then to myself and LeBron, and now whoever comes next. It's an infinite loop, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now here's LeBron. He picked up 24 points in their last one against the Trailblazers in Portland.
I mean, and you look at his free throw numbers. I mean, this shows you how much pressure he put on the defense.
Paul outside to the inside, and the dunk by Capella.
And sometimes all you got to do is lob it Capella's way. Often he takes care of the rest.
Russell feeling it out a bit. James finds Davis. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists tonight.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often.
Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Kobe, a lot of guys would keep written notebooks on team styles, individual players. Some do it mentally. What did you do?
I used to do that too at the start, and then I started kind of looking at the lineage of coaches. I started figuring out that most of them come from the same coaching pedigree, same defensive strategy that you would see against a Popovich team, the same offensive philosophy that you would see from a Popovich team, right? So it's all consistent. It's all there.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Well, the pace right now, that's being dictated to them. They have to try to get it back to their tempo, to their style of game.
Now here's Paul. 20 points for him last game against New Orleans.
Well, he also made a mark with his passing and had the assist total to show for it.
And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Los Angeles. A 6-point lead. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
And it might not be the rivalry that a lot of the conference matchups are, but who knows? Maybe this is the year it heats up a little bit.
Babbitt, good.
Oh, that's a nice look, recognizing he had the opening to make the entry pass.
Here's Kuzma. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Harden against James. And the rejection by James.
James is just a sensational shot blocker. You better check your rear view mirror when you draw into the hole.
Here's Paul. And for those of us who have never played at this level, it must be a thrill to contend against the best in the world. And also with that comes a lot of pressure. How do you handle the balance between enjoying the game and the pressure that's on you in the game?
I've never felt pressure. I'm not really sure what that is. I mean, you'll have moments where you'll make game-winning shots, and it's fantastic.
Never nervous.
No. At times where you'll miss it, and then people won't like you very much. But then the next game, you hit a game winner, and everybody loves you. And then you miss the next one, and everybody don't like you again. Right? So why would I stress out over quote-unquote pressure? It doesn't make any sense to me.
How about the responsibility to your teammates and to your own built-in pressures to perform like Kobe Bryant?
Even that, right?
Yeah.
Even that. There'll be games where you make them, and your teammates are thanking you for it. Times when you miss it, and your teammates are like, dang, man, you got to do better, right? So it's ebbs and flows all the time. And internally, I just do what I practice. So there's no reason for me to be nervous or apprehensive because I've done this shot thousands and thousands and thousands of times. I just have to do it one more time.
Rockets trail by 9. Babbitt from long range. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Babbitt's got 7 points in the game.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's James. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Harden, coming off a stellar performance against New Orleans. Here's Babbitt. He's guarded by Davis. Knocked away. It's stolen by Davis. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Davis has got the ball. Here's Cauley Stein. Scoring in for Russell. Rockets trail by 10. Rivers passes to Gordon. And Kobe, you've made no apologies throughout your career about being a scorer, but how do you strike that balance between getting buckets and keeping your teammates involved?
Well, it's a thin line, especially for scorers, because when you're locked into that mentality, it's very easy. It's almost like a racehorse. When you're racing with blinders on, you don't see anything else. You have one focus, right? And so it becomes a matter of trying to understand when to attack throughout the course of the game. So the first 3 quarters, maybe I'll lay back, or maybe even it's just the first quarter, and then close out the first half strong. So you go into halftime with some momentum. But then at the end of the game, that's when you put the blinders back on and you really race for that finish line. And so everything in between just becomes a matter of setting up the pieces so that then you can close the game out the right way. So that's how I thought about it.
And I can sense by the way you described this that you had to know your teammates' game as well as your own game.
Well, yeah, you got to know how they're feeling going into the game.
Yeah.
Right? Does Pau Gasol have it tonight? How's LO feeling tonight? Right? You got to be able to measure those things. And, if you feel like the team's going to get off to somewhat of a sluggish start, that's when you kick it into high gear immediately. Right? And so it's a bit of a guessing game, but it's more so being able to spend the time with your teammates. And that'll help you gauge a little bit better.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the game right now. Rockets trail by 15. Rivers with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. That is his first foul of the game. Rivers scanning the floor. Back to Faried. Shot clock at 5. Deflected by Davis.
And trailing here in first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass. They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Houston's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Rivers finds Nene and slam dunk by Nene.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Give the loose D an assist on that one. Get a body on him.
Here's Bogut. Outside Anthony. For the 3. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense, where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Now here's Gordon. He definitely had a good game in their win against the Pelicans. Faried lays it up and banks it in.
Oh, I love watching Gordon go to work on the pick and roll. I mean, he's a high IQ player who knows how to pass off the screen.
Rivers against LeBron. Stolen by Faried. Kicks it out to Gordon. From deep. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
The D with some heavy feet out there. I mean, too slow to rotate. Nobody communicating. They can't make threes that easy for them.
Now here's LeBron. 8 points for him. Count it.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Rivers passes to Gordon. Passes it to Shumpert. Fires from deep. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Okay, Shumpert is a super confident three-point shooter. Look at his release. Superb extension.
Rivers against James. And that one is off. Some solid defense from Faried. And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game. 7 seconds left to play in the first. Gordon for 3. Mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
And welcome back to the second quarter. Pretty much in control here.
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Well, yeah, small lead so far, but it's building fast, and they better watch out.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for the Lakers right now, Bogut out there with Davis. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's
that, to me, is the biggest accomplishment.
What a feeling.
Yeah.
Rudy Gay's checked in for the Lakers. Russell comes in for James. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
And that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
The Lakers have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
Yeah, not many guys entering the league impact their teams this fast. Russell is an exception.
Rivers kicks to Gordon. Rebound Bogut.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You got to love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
Well, it's the shot selection. That's been a positive for them thus far and a negative for their opponent.
Here's Rivers. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Everything looked good until the finish. Then it all goes wrong.
The shot's good for Kuzma.
Awesome at keeping his balance. Sometimes guarding Kuzma is impossible for the defense.
Rivers. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Nice jump shot. Good. You know, I'm sitting here listening to you talk, Kobe, about the game. You should have an academy for some of the players, really.
Yeah, I do it individually.
Yeah,
I don't do it collectively with guys,
right.
but individually I do. Like, I've had guys just come out to where I live out in Orange County, and I'll tell them, I said, listen, you guys can come out anytime. If I'm in town, I'm always available at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we can go 5 o'clock in the morning to 7. So I do that quite a bit with guys individually.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Green comes in for Eric Gordon. James Harden, he's checked in for Shumpert. And it's Paul in for Austin Rivers. Russell kicks to Anthony. Good, and the assist goes to Rockets. Babbitt's checked in. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Paul finds Harden. Back to Paul. Launches a three, and Harden with the basket on the assist by Paul.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Los Angeles leading by 16. And here's Russell. 8 points for him. Off target at the rim.
The active defense making things very hard on him as he goes in for the rim.
Kobe, a lot of teams now playing a more spread-out offensive style. You played with a spread 4 and Robert Horry, Lamar Odom. You also played with more of a twin tower feel on your roster. Which way would you lean when you think about those different styles?
That doesn't matter to me.
You like them all?
Yeah, it just depends on the personnel that you have.
Right.
And with the personnel that you have, you make the most out of it.
That puzzle
So,
you keep talking about.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just, every puzzle's built differently.
Right.
Right? And you just try to do what you can with what you have. So it doesn't matter.
And you like that figuring out process.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Even though you're the same, you've got to kind of adapt now what's on your roster.
Yeah, you have to be able to adapt to the players that you have around you, you know, and understanding what they need. It's not what you need. It's what do they need. And as long as the leader of the team can make that shift, they'll be fine with whatever they have on their roster.
Great description. And the dunk by Capella.
Man, he's superb at finding open teammates. Harden, I love how he looks to share the rock.
Russell passes to Bogut. Kicks it out to Gay. And another three for the Lakers.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Oh, yeah, up by double digits. They're trying to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the neck. That's his focus right now.
Harden has a wide open look. A three off the mark.
Wow, he's really been dragging them down tonight.
Russell from long range. He can't get that one. And Houston the other way now.
He had 1 3-pointer in the first, but still searching for that second.
Paul dishes to Babbitt. Some solid defense from Gay.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possessed.
Here's Paul. He's got 5. Kicks it out to Harden. Another miss by Houston.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Love how alert Bogut is. Fantastic at finding an open man and slinging the rock his way.
And it's Harden with the ball for Houston. Looking to end the run. Feeds it to Capella. And stolen by Gay. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Gay. Here's Capella. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Los Angeles leading by 20. Out left to the wing. Outside, Russell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots from the line, and the Lakers tack on 2 more.
This score will be very different without his offense. He's been terrific.
Houston's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. From deep, Harden for Bogut. Davis comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And James subbed in for D'Angelo Russell. LeBron against Harden. Takes the 13-footer. James misses.
Something affected him on that shot, and it wasn't the defense.
Kicks it out to Harden. And the wide open shot from Green. And another three for Houston.
And they're shooting really well from long range this quarter. They should keep looking to the three-point shot for some extra offense.
James looking it over. And he gets it to go. James has got 12 in the game.
There's almost no stopping LeBron if he's allowed to get inside. Too strong, too skilled.
And the dunk by Los Angeles leading by 16. Now here's James. He's got 12. And the shot falls short this time.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision making, though. I mean, that's a shot you keep taking.
Paul kicks to Harden. High arcing shot, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Harden. Coming off a terrific season. First in scoring, third in assists, and of course, he's got a nose for the ball. He ranked in the top 10 in steals last season.
And his unmatchable instincts for scoring the basketball, what made him #1 last year. You can't stop him, and you can't even really contain him. Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Kenneth Faried's checked in for Luke Babbitt, and it's Gordon in for Green. Count it, good. 14 points for LeBron. Kobe Bryant. And you know, Chris, you and Kobe both playing from the same era of the NBA. He was sharing his thoughts about current trends in the league. Do you feel it's different from when you and Kobe both played?
Oh, definitely. I mean, when you look now, just defensively, when we came into the game, hand checking was allowed. Then after that, zones were allowed in the game. When we first came in, you think about the three-point line of the best three-point shooters in the game. Maybe we're allowed to take 2 a game at that time. Now you see guys, they can let it fly 6 or 7 times, 10 or 12 times, 15 times. So I do think that the game has changed, but I just think that's great because the game has evolved. I love watching where these young players are playing and their skill sets now, and I can't wait to see where the game goes.
Harden against Gay. Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got 10 points in the quarter.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
James finds Gay. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Here's Paul. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
The textbook release. I mean, this shot always looks good coming out of Paul's hands.
Out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. The engine of this team, Paul and Harden in the backcourt. Gerald Green out there with Luke Babbitt. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot. Stolen by Harden. And it's the Rockets on the break. Unloads. And he gets the friendlies.
And the guards doing what they can to create some offense. Sometimes that's what it takes to climb back into a game. That commitment to share the ball and trust your teammates, it can help you weather some early struggle.
And he wasn't going to get away with that one. Still in motion when he set that screen.
He even knew he wasn't in good position. He tried to slide himself into a better spot. The official wasn't happy.
Lob pass to Capella. But they'll get another chance. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And Chris, you look at Harden's step back, there's a real different rhythm to it, isn't there?
I mean, he covers a lot of ground with that gather step. I mean, some fans even wonder if it's a travel. But I guess it's legal. Tremendous footwork crafted over countless reps in the gym.
Here's Davis. Cauley-Stein trying to free himself up. And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got 12 in the game. And it's Harden with the ball for Houston. Trailing by 17. Paul outside. In the corner, it's Babbitt. Takes the 3. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 8th assist in the game. Russell with it. 10 points for him. Pass to ABC from 6 feet. And the rejection by Harden. To the middle. Here's Capella.
Outstanding and sticking with his shot, even when he gets knocked around.
Well, at the start of the summer, many expected a busy market for Capella in free agency. Eventually, though, signing a 4-year deal to remain with the Rockets. I feel like it's a great deal for Houston as Capella gives them the perfect inside presence to complement Harden and Paul. Under the boards, and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Kicks to Green. And some nice passing there by Houston. From deep, Harden. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Good at taking initiative inside. Once Kuzma is near the hoop, he's focused on scoring.
The 3 from Harden. Connects from 3-point range. Harden's
any other play, maybe the charge call, but guys never think they're moving.
looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Nene comes in for Clint Capella, and it's Austin Rivers in for Chris Paul. And so it's the Lakers with it. 22 is their biggest lead. Outside, Russell to the paint. And Davis with the basket on the assist by Russell. 14 points for him.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
The pass to Nene. Over Cauley-Stein. And that one hits back iron.
Does a good job just to get the shot off clean. Even if he can't knock it down, the fadeaway's really...
In that 2017 draft, and Kyle Kuzma is right at the top of the list.
Well, Kuzma was taken with the 27th overall pick, but he looked like a top 5 pick if you ask me. He probably was just for being a 3-year player at Utah College. Allowed him to hold skill set. He came to the league with a wide variety of very polished moves.
Shumpert is checked in for James Harden.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
The shot's good from Kuzma.
He excels at scoring from the mid-range. Kuzma is awesome at making use of these spots on the floor.
Shumpert in the corner. It's good from long range. Shumpert's got 8.
I don't know if that was by design or by accident, but the D not paying any attention to him.
And a lot of contact.
Developing himself as a player and a leader. Has focused more on the team and less on himself of late, and knows what is expected of him and has to earn every second of floor time.
And he knocks down the first one. And last season, Russell had to fight for minutes upon returning from injury.
Yeah, and battles like that help mature a player and really keep them focused. Those are areas where Russell had struggled in the past. I think he and his coach both know it's not easy, but it has already started in making Russell the best player he can be.
Does well to burrow his way into the post, but loses his touch on the finish.
Pass to Davis. To the wing right side. Kept alive. DC. Fareed's checked in for Houston. Gordon comes in for Green. Russell against Rivers. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Cauley-Stein's got 7 rebounds in the game. Then on Wednesday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And for that game against the Nuggets, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
To the inside, Fareed, and Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
Puts it up from 12, and it's James missing. Rockets trail by 15. Rivers gets a wide open look. Nailed from three-point land. Rivers has got 5 points now this quarter.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Russell kicks to James. Davis against Fareed. Fires it up. And James gets it to go on the assist by Davis. Davis has got 3 assists now in this one. Gordon, the pass to Rivers. Houston moving the ball around. Shumpert. The shot, no good. Great D that time from LeBron. And LeBron throws it down.
Man, you gotta love watching James Scott for the slam. I mean, demonstrating how high he can get up off the drive.
And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. It's a 16-point game. Outside, Gordon fires from deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. 22 is their biggest lead. The drive by LeBron. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Nene did not like that one.
I love how fierce James is. A ferocious dunk artiste.
And a terrific bit of chaos there in the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. And
Steps into that front court and more than holds his own.
Well, it's his willingness to bang down low or move opponents off the block. Those are valuable.
And now, here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. Russell finds James. Cauley Stein up top. Rivers against LeBron. And there's
That's
the
a question because whoever does it does not let us know also that they're hurt.
They hide it. Yeah, good point. You're right.
Because the main guys that get through it,
Yeah.
they're not going to tell you.
Good point. Clock at 6. Kuzma passes to Cauley Stein. Yep, that one goes in there. Cauley Stein's got 8.
Oh, and when Cauley Stein is cutting to the hoop after the screen, his teammates are doing their best to get him to rock. He is so good at finishing as the roller after the pick.
And Fareed kicks to Paul. And the turnover. DC subbed in for LeBron. Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. James Harden comes in for Rivers. And there's the feed to Fareed. And Fareed throws it down.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
And that's a play they'll run over and over, fellas, as long as it keeps working.
The alley-oop. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Bogut. ABC is out there with Jennings. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Anthony in at the 3 spot. That's the Laker 5. And here's Jennings, the fast break opportunity. And here we go. And Fareed sends it back. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Gordon. He goes up again. And Davis sends it back. Anthony on the wing. Some call it the Ewing theory, teams that play better without relying on a star player. Chris, how sustainable is that?
It's not sustainable. It's real cute until you have the teams that are focused and want to win come in. And usually that Ewing theory, that's usually like in the 5th week of the season or before All-Star break when teams are figuring out themselves. Once everybody has identified their strength and their weaknesses, you need that horse to ride. You need that big hoss in there, that guy that's dependable every night. And as long as he's a willing passer, unselfish player, no, you need those guys. I don't believe that teams are better without their main guy. Maybe for short stretches, players can rally, but you look at championship winners. I'm trying to think of one that didn't have a superstar on their roster. I just don't buy into that theory.
And the shot goes down.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
Well, they continue to extend the lead. Terrific play on both ends of the court.
And the dunk by Capella.
Oh, Chris Paul, one of the best ever at running on offense and getting his teammates involved.
And so it's Jennings with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. And it's off from 3-point range. Gordon dishes to Paul. And that one drops.
And a good read right there by Paul. Great at carving out space close to the rim and capitalizing.
Anthony against Gordon. Anthony kicks to Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
He's playing lights out right now. I mean, inspired basketball in the second half.
Paul against Jennings. Shot, high post, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And that's 11 points for Chris Paul. Los Angeles leading by 22. Jennings kicks to Anthony. Here's Davis. Over for Reed. Again, Los Angeles.
It's all clicked into place for him this quarter. He's not missed a single shot.
To the inside. And Paul with the basket on the assist from Harden. Harden's got assist number 5 here tonight.
The location of that assist was awesome. That was a sweet lead pass.
Jennings looking around. Here's Davis. Goes back up. And he banks in the layup. Davis has got 28.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Harden can't hit. The Lakers have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Anthony finds Bogut. Davis down low. Fareed on him, and it's Davis missing. Rockets have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Paul against Jennings. Goes up at the stripe. The Lakers with the rebound. The Lakers, the 3. Kenneth Fareed pulls it in. Fareed's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
It's been a rough game for him, but it won't sting too bad as long as they hang on to the lead. He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half, and only 1 in the first.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. It's stolen by Davis. Now, here's Tucker, guarded by Harden. And
this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Bogut. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Anthony. James checked in for ABC. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Brandon Jennings.
And the three-pointers is becoming a weapon for him now. You can see it. I mean, this is his second of this half, 3rd overall.
James against Shumpert. Trying to get open as Davis. Yep, it counts. 24 points for LeBron.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The dish to Fareed. And the layup's good off the glass.
Oh, that's the goal every trip. Get the good look from close range.
Lakers leading by 23. James in the post. Guarded by Shumpert. And James gets it to go.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Cauley-Stein defending. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
Shooters beware. Cauley-Stein is very crafty at how he rises up for the block. So good at catching scores off guard with his wide reach.
That gives him 2 3-pointers for the game, 1 in each half. I mean, he may add to that total pretty soon.
Each team has 1 inactive player per night. Would upping that amount, you think, C-Webb, of active players on game day change anything at all?
I don't believe so, because the inactive player we're talking about usually is at the bottom of the roster. And so if you look at the next man up theory, that means that the last guy on the bench at that time, it's his time to get that playing time. So I don't think that the inactive players would change anything, because it's still a team sport, and those guys earn their playing time in practice. And so that guy at the end of the bench is still one of the greatest players in the world and can contribute at any time.
LeBron kicks to Kuzma. Good, and the assist goes to James.
The timing, the precision. You got to respect Kuzma's ability to drain shots off the pass.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Back to Shumpert. Another miss by Houston.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's James. It goes on Kenneth Faried.
The Dia Snow shot is stopping James when he gets that low in that position. He's too big, too strong in the paint. You got to foul him.
Well, Greg, and Willie Cauley-Stein, a live wire 7-footer.
I mean, he's got great foot speed for his size. I just like to see him really become more aggressive offensively and try to improve that skill set. But his mobility is so desirable in today's game.
To the wing right side. The wide open look here for Kuzma. They grab their own miss. Latrey, and LeBron gets it to go with the assist from Cauley-Stein. Cauley-Stein's got 3 assists tonight. And for the Rockets, they're shooting 32% in the fourth, perhaps looking a bit tired. Here's Rivers. Nene kicks to House. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Al Russell. Every once in a while, we hear about the brotherhood of the NBA. C. Webb, when you hear that term, what does it mean to you?
It means it's the truth. When I got to the NBA as a rookie, the thing that amazed me the most was that I was already part of a fraternity. There was no having to be kind of welcomed in. You are welcomed in once you're part of the NBA. Guys want to see you do well.
Right.
Not against them, not against their team, but guys want to see you do well because they know the work, the effort, the sacrifice that it takes to get to this level. And that's a really refreshing feeling, knowing the guys got your best interest as long as it isn't against them that night.
Yeah, great perspective on that topic.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Los Angeles.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Davis.
When his defense gave them the spark they needed, protecting the rim with purpose. They were afraid to bring the ball inside against the big fella.
And Shumpert kicks to Rivers. Back to Shumpert. And it's Nene, top of the key. Here is House. Here's the three. Misses there.